with Mount Denali. His father told him that there was a big freight elevator that was sticking up out of the ground, and when he got to the bottom, opened up into full bore room, work, offices. The father is introduced to the fact that they are at the bottom of a pyramid, and that at each of the three corners they had these offices that were actually monitoring energy. And the father tells the son, who got in touch with me, we are measuring energy coming out of this pyramid that is enough to power the entire country of Canada.
Could a secret energy source be hidden under the Mount Denali mountain range? Perhaps clues can be found by examining electromagnetic anomalies that have, in fact, been detected throughout a vast region surrounding the area where the Dark Pyramid is said to exist.
This very strange, localized magnetic anomaly seems to occur randomly, transiently, and at different locations throughout this vast wilderness. So much so that the north will be off as much as 30 degrees. So what's causing these magnetic anomalies? There are a lot of people who believe that there could be unusual phenomena originating from technology inside this so-called Dark Pyramid.
Is it possible that there is an ancient pyramid hidden deep under Mount Denali that is generating massive amounts of energy? And if so, could this structure, along with a secret base alleged to exist beneath the ground at nearby Mount Hayes, point to an alien presence in Alaska that dates back thousands of years? Ancient astronaut theorists say yes, and suggest that clues to who or what this presence may be can be found in the Inuit stories of contact with sky gods and other worldly beings. Alaska is home to dozens of indigenous Native American cultures who have inhabited the area for hundreds, and in some cases, thousands of years.
There are, of course, a number of different Native American cultures in Alaska. You have the Inuit people of the northern coastal regions. You have the Athabascans of the central Alaskan region, the Yupik people, and then in southeast Alaska you have the Tlingit and the Haida tribes.
Each of the native Alaskan tribes has its own unique traditions. But these separate cultures all tell stories of the Sky People, encountered by their earliest ancestors.
So I was stationed in Alaska from 1992 to 1995 as part of the United States Air Force at Elmendorf Air Force Base. And I've heard the local legends and lore from the natives up there. And local legends dating back centuries talk about strange lights in the sky and strange beings visiting the people.
These cultures had rich stories about contact with beings from beyond this planet, the so-called star people.
Along with stories of star people, many native Alaskan tribes also have ancient traditions of giant winged beasts descending from the sky.
Alaska has a bounty of strange legends and modern reports of giant winged creatures like thunderbirds that are said to swoop down and snatch people off of peaks. The thunderbird goes back into deep, deep history of Native American original cultures. And the thunderbird was not only gigantic in size, but oftentimes was also described as making this incredible thunderous noise, and sometimes out of the eyes, these beams of light would shoot out. Is it possible that our ancestors witnessed a technological device and misinterpreted it as a biological entity? And the answer is a resounding yes. Mind you, pilots today are referring to their airplanes as birds.
Ancient Alaskan stories of strange entities in the sky and visitors from the stars are perfectly aligned with the kind of phenomena that have been reported in modern times, as are accounts of bizarre, otherworldly creatures.
There is a common thread that runs through the Alaska story, and it has to do with these supernatural creatures. They have eyewitness accounts of these bizarre, terrifying creatures that appear in all their tribal stories. By far the most frightening creature is the Inuit story of the Kushtaka. This is a being that shapeshifts, and people have been seeing them for thousands of years.
When considering the high number of UFO sightings that have been reported in Alaska, is it possible that the stories of strange creatures have an otherworldly explanation? As further support for this notion, ancient astronaut theorists point out that some native Alaskan legends sound suspiciously similar to modern tales of small gray aliens who sometimes abduct humans.
No creature is more frightening to them than the little people, which go by a number of different native names: the Anukins, Urchin Rock, Jinxiok. Perhaps what's most terrifying is that they are said to abduct humans, and that they will take them to another realm, where they can actually control time. These little beings are actually imbued with other magical powers.
The common thread that runs through those stories is the idea of abduction. That is a direct crossover into the UFO phenomenon, where people are terrified of UFOs because they've heard that these alien beings are abducting people.
According to some researchers, the many accounts of strange beings in Alaska could also point to the existence of a portal or wormhole leading to other points in the universe, or even alternate dimensions.
There's a theory that extraterrestrials would use wormholes, scientifically known as Einstein-Rosen bridges, a shortcut through space-time. And UFOs would then apparently arrive out of nowhere, seemingly, and disappear into nowhere, which is very often what you get in some of the sighting reports.
And I would die to have some answer to this puzzle in Alaska. I don't. But there's something there. There's something that doesn't add up, that isn't able to be explained in the prosaic, in my mind.
Could the legends of the native Alaskan people reveal that strange and perhaps otherworldly phenomenon have been happening in this part of the world for thousands of years? As far as ancient astronaut theorists are concerned, the answer is a resounding yes. And they suggest that Alaska's remote location makes it a prime destination for extraterrestrial visitors. According to ancient astronaut theorists, the question of why more strange phenomena is reported in Alaska than most other places on Earth may have a very simple answer. They suggest Alaska's remote location and a dense wilderness would make it an ideal destination for otherworldly visitors who want to remain on the planet undetected.
Alaska is a very remote area. You don't have a lot of people around, and so this could absolutely make it an attractive location to extraterrestrials.
You have all of these volcanoes. You have huge areas that are uninhabited. And it's such a huge frontier region that, all kinds of things can be happening.
There's a lot of crazy things going on around the whole state. And a lot of these occurrences happen in very remote parts of the state. So that adds even more intrigue. And I wouldn't discount any stories at this point. There's just too much out there that you can't discount some of this.
Having worked in Alaska, I can certainly attest to the fact that it is a very dangerous place. However, there is a real mystery in terms of the state of Alaska. There have been many UFO reports and, of course, inferences to possible UFO abduction. And many of these are supported by Native American traditions that go back hundreds of years. So we could be dealing with forces beyond our current understanding.
In Alaska, when you bring in evidence is gathered from a nuts and bolts standpoint, from the physics standpoint, from the Dark Pyramid, the fact of magnetic anomalies, or any of the other factors that may be involved here, it is not reasonable that an educated person taking as objective as possible a view at these incidents could dismiss the possibility that these incidents in some cases may be UFO related. And that is something that should take anyone's breath away or make them pause and think seriously about the earth that we live on.
Modern technology has contributed by leaps and bounds to the search for extraterrestrial intelligence because we have satellite and radar technology with which we can now look into space with more clarity than in all of our previous human history. And I wish that scientists would at some point train their satellites toward Alaska to see what's going on, because clearly something is going on.
Mysterious disappearances, strange creatures, a secret base, an underground pyramid. Could all the unusual reports coming from Alaska, along with numerous UFO sightings, be connected to an extraterrestrial presence? Perhaps Alaska's vast and rugged wilderness, extreme weather, and sparse population make it the ideal location for alien life here on Earth.